And I decided to talk about Sam Dementif. Who is Sam Dementif? I'll let him introduce himself.
My name is Sam Dementif. I was born in Holy Cross, Alaska, on the Yukon River. I was raised there and in Nenana 4 or 5 years in the early 40s, and then moved to Fairbanks in the mid 40s, and raised in Fairbanks. And during the summer times, my dad operated river boats, barges up and down the interior rivers. And through that experience, I became very familiar with ice conditions as we operated the barges early in the spring till late as we can in the fall. And spent a number of years with the boats that were caught out on the river, a few years there, and just seeing ice conditions as the rivers froze up and as the rivers broke up in the springtime. So it was an amazing thing to see the different ice conditions, the overflow, the breakup in the springtime, the overflow during the fall and winter, and how it would freeze and cause dangerous conditions for running dogs and for anyone trapping or doing subsistence activities up and down the river. So those were my primary experiences just through my dad's boat operations. And then, of course, in my middle and later years, I continued to operate snow machines and run the rivers every summer and witness and see the different breakups and the changing weather conditions and how it affects river ice and breakup, and seeing the public use the rivers, especially the Chena and Tanana, and then see the ice conditions change as the weather changes, getting colder in the fall time and freezing up, and then later in the winter during different Chinook, which is warm weather. Sometime 2 or 3 days during the winter would warm up and water would rise under the ice and cause overflow and cause dangerous conditions. So that's part of my main experience on the river operations and ice in the interior rivers.
Sam is currently a Fairbanks resident, but he was born in Holy Cross in 1939. He's participated in multiple Project Jukeboxes, including the Dangerous Ice Project Jukebox, the Climate Change Project Jukebox, and the Fairbanks Native Association Project Jukebox. He advocates for climate/environmentally friendly policies and change. I first met him because him and his wife were guest speakers in my Honors 125 class, Our Changing Climate, Past, Present, and Future, where he spoke about his barge service with his dad and how he's witnessed changes over time, which he attributes to climate change. Since we've learned about Anska in our class, I decided to pull an excerpt. Now that tells you, all you have to shut this down and you can start breathing again. That tells me, you're asking me, what about the future of Anska? The Anska is a business development. Business development equates to the demise of our environment, the air, the seas, and people. He said this in an interview, just talking about his experiences with Anska. It was associated with Project Jukebox. You can learn more about Sam through the Project Jukebox website, where you can access his multiple interviews and programs that he's been a part of. Final quote, which is my favorite quote that I heard when he spoke to us, is "Watch for signs of nature." Changes can be seen in nature, and no matter how big or small, can and should serve as a guide for future policies and action.